Welcome back. You're with Herald Now. It is 8:21. A prince no more. Andrew Mountbatten Windsor is how the Queen's second son will now be known, having been stripped of his royal title. His royal status has steadily eroded amid years of scandal and backlash, but now the move to remove his title signals a clear effort by the palace to distance itself once and for all. Royal biographer Andrew Lownie is here to discuss what this means for the royal family and for former Prince Andrew's place within it. Good morning to you from New Zealand. Good evening for you. This is quite the extraordinary step, but do you think it's enough and soon enough to actually draw a line under it, or is the public still baying for blood and for more to happen?
Yes, I'm afraid that the public are baying for more blood. I think if they had done this much sooner, even 2 weeks ago when they issued the first statement, the problem wouldn't have expanded. But we've now got lots of questions being asked about royal accountability and privilege, questions asked about their wealth, and more information has come out in the papers today about some of the financial affairs of both Andrew and Sarah Ferguson. I think the feeling is that and people pressing for them to be investigated by the law enforcement, charged, and if necessary, he should be convicted. The royal family have distanced themselves. They clearly see what is happening. He's on his own now. And I think that it is more likely that law enforcement who have looked at him in the past will do so again, both in terms of his sex trafficking with Virginia Giuffre, but also the financial corruption that occurred when he was the trade envoy between 2001 and 2011.
Right, so there's definitely more to come here. Is he really on his own, though? Because he'll still be staying at Sandringham, he'll be getting money from his brother, or is he really going to be an outcast?
I think he's pretty much an outcast. He's on one of the properties on the Sandringham estate, not on the big house. I mean, he'll be there with probably a housekeeper and a cook. I don't think he could survive otherwise. But it's a big climb down from a 30-room mansion with extensive staff. He's been very publicly humiliated. Everything has now been stripped from him. He's now lost his Vice Admiral, Honorary Vice Admiral of the Navy, and other things. And as I say, people are now calling for him to be investigated, including the former head of Royal Security and the former head of the prosecution service here. So he's in big trouble. And I think this is why the royal family have basically left him to dangle on his own.
What about Fergie? She's been living with him until now, but I'm told she won't be going with him. So what will become of her?
Well, that's a good question. I'm sure she's a great comeback kid, but clearly Andrew is no longer so attractive. He's no longer a prince and living in Royal Lodge. She's just sold a house for £4 million. She has money. Her daughters have several houses and lots of room for a granny flat. So I think she's not going to be homeless. But I think the suggestion is she may perhaps keep some base in Britain, but actually move to Switzerland, which she looked at doing several years ago as a tax exile. But anyway, this is the end of the happiest divorced couple ever, I think.
Well, she's not renowned for managing her money all that well, though, right? So there might be more headlines to come about how she chooses to make it. Just finally, Andrew, do you think that this would have happened, the stripping of the titles, the moving out of Royal Lodge, if the Queen was still alive?
No, I think that probably wouldn't have happened. I think we also have a different set of circumstances. We've had the steady trickle of, I suppose, allegations against them. All backed up, starting with my book in August, but also many disclosures, and for example, the Mail on Sunday here and the Daily Telegraph, with the leaks from the Epstein files. We've had Virginia Giuffre's own book last week, which I think was the tipping point. But the king is being heckled here. There is extensive coverage in the media here about perhaps even the end of the monarchy and certainly the need for it to reform. So they had to do something. I don't think they've done enough. And this story has a long way still to run.
The book you mentioned that you penned over 4 years of research is entitled The Rise and Fall of the House of York, and I think I'm going to put it on the book club wish list. Sounds like important reading. Thank you so much for your time, Andrew Lownie, royal biographer. So, we're going to talk a little bit more.